It's all happening. 57 plays, 30 minutes of Division 4 football at its best to come. Spooner went up in the ruck for Silvan, had to rove his own football, banged it on the boot inside forward 50. He was looking for Dow at the fall of the ball. He had a teammate running after it there, but couldn't quite trap it there. And I think it was Shepherd, and over the boundary line it goes right in front of the Fair Park faithful, who will certainly be trying to will their boys over the line in this final term. To bring the ball back into play. Spooner once again outmuscled his opponent in the ruck contest. Got boot to ball again, but this time over the boundary line and on the full. So Nathan Smith on the right boot. Spots up Dadswell across the half back line. He took a sidestep, so the umpire called him to play on. So he had to rush his kick up towards the Cowan direction. He looked like he was held, but it didn't matter anyway. A fantastic strong mark there. Wants to use the corridor, pops it up into the middle. It's a risky kick. He needed to hit the target there in Mercer. Just couldn't quite pull the mark down, but he might be able to go after it again. Oh, yeah, but he did, and he copped Dietzel high for Silvan, and he'll receive the free kick right in the middle of Fair Park. Silvan lead this one by 7 points. Hope you're enjoying the broadcast today on EFL Game Day. Coming out and taking a strong mark there, Begley. He wants to go up towards centre half forward. Kicks the ball inside the 50 now. A big flitz by Need over the top. Here's Spooner. Take three for Spooner. Can he put this one through, Spooner? He pushed it to the right-hand side. He gave it everything he had as well on the left and through for a minor score. 8 points is the margin, 1.5 minutes into this final term. Davis Harrigan, let's cross down to you and see what happened at the Fair Park.
I'll summarise it quite quickly. Sean Stanton said they're not being accountable. They need 22 players and at least 10 are being broken too much and only 5 or 6 playing even. So if that's the one thing he wants accountability. He wants them to push up. He wants them to man up as well. And he says that if they're not manning up, they're losing it and being burnt on the outside. And I think if they can get that right, they're right in this. And
kick came out right in front of us here in the broadcast position, knocked over by Hurd. I thought he was going to knock the Caravan over if he came over the fence at that time, as the ball's thrown back in this time. Quick kick forward there by Need up towards centre half forward now, working his way to the front there was Smith, but ball bounced away from him, so it'll be Litchfield now to receive the handball across the half back line, duck the tackle, backwards to go forwards. Now they'll use the broadcast side of the ground, a great run down tackle, and well, and definitely rewarded by Bennett's strong work to get into play. Handball over the top now. It's Cowan on the right boot, goes inside forward 50, still unable to hit up a target. So the Cats do have the numbers in the last line of the defence. It comes banging out, looking for the Bain direction. Cowan was a big flyer over the top there. Begley, little handball out wide. Will the ball stay alive now for Silvan? It does. The kick goes up towards the direction there of Jansen. Big fist and knocked by Need over the top, and over she goes for a boundary throw in.
I think at the moment they're just too Pegram centric at the moment. Everything's going to him. They've got to look for other options because he's been quite well held at the moment, so they've got to think of something else.
Well, let's see what they can do this time as Dadswell got boot to ball up towards the half-forward line. A fly by McNamara, couldn't quite pull the mark in over the top. Flintoff dives on it. On top of him was Will Shepherd, and we'll have a bounce centre half forward for Fair Park, trailing this one by 8 points. 3.5 minutes into the final term. Hurd did well, got the knockdown. They went backwards and on the right boot. It's Dadswell up towards the half-forward line, using his body beautifully. There was Nathan World, just out-muscled his opponent to pull in the mark, and he'll go back and have a shot on goal.
And I think probably the 3 players that were just in that last little bit of play, McNamara, Flintoff, and now it rests with Will, yes. They're probably the ones that you're talking about to get into the game, Davo, and take a bit of pressure off Pegram being the one they're going to every time.
Without a doubt.
Will comes in, leans over the football and makes no mistake. He's game on here once again, a 2-point margin. It is Silvan still leading this one, 58 plays 56 on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard.
And actually, this is a game that, I don't know about you, I'm actually finding it really difficult to work out who I think is going to win it. I can't actually find anything for either side to say, oh, that's definitely the way that they're finding the way, they've got the momentum, whatever it is. So, you know, it's very much up in the air.
Oh, Spooner's really lifted in this final term. Goes after it again, Spooner. Silvan this time. They go forward. The kick, Smith's in the front spot. Geez, he's a good player for Fair Park. He just had eyes once again only for the football. had players coming from behind, kicks it out towards the Cowan direction. He's really stepped up in this final term. Little handball over the top. That worked out okay. De Graaf got it on to Dadswell on the right boot. Up towards centre half forward. It goes over the back. They do have the numbers though. Here's Bowes for Silvan on the right boot. Squeezed it out. They've certainly got the numbers. Shepherd takes the mark. That's one of the worst kicks you could ever see. Now it's a chance for Fair Park to really make the pay. Here's Snee. Can he put it through? He can. Look at him get around him. That's fantastic play. Fair Park have hit the front once again on the Bendigo back scoreboard. They lead by 4 points 5 minutes into this final term.
And that's what we talked about, Need. He's half back. If he kicks the ball and kicks through the ball, he's actually a really nice kick of the footy. But look, I know it's frustrating and sometimes you get a bit pig-headed as a coach. They cannot allow Smith by himself in this back half. He is just setting up play after play after play. Got to man him up in this situation.
2 in a row for Fair Park. They're going forward again now. De Graaf, his kick was smothered, so chance here for Silvan to drive the ball forward over the top of Bainhead. This is going to go. It looked like Fair Park had the numbers. Hall was there. He copped one maybe in the back. The umpire said play on. Nicely done by Bain for the Cats. He keeps it alive, and the umpire will bounce it 45 metres out from the Silvan goal line.
I just hope that Smith's mum isn't here watching this game because she'd be having a heart attack with the amount of times he goes back with the flight of the ball.
Well, wasn't that beautiful by Hurd to get it out to Need, who spotted up a teammate in Eddie on the right boot. Eddie's going to go into the middle of the ground. It was a risky kick. Is it going to pay off? No, because the Cats had the numbers. A quick kick up towards the half-forward line, bouncing the direction of Bain. He couldn't quite trap it. Handball out wide. This is okay. Guglielmi linked up well there with Rowe, whose handball was smothered. Now it might be a chance for Fair Park with the numbers. Nicely done. That time, little handball back. Big man Hurd got the squeeze kick up towards the wing position where the mark's been taken there by Mercer. Swings around on the right boot, kicks it up towards centre half forward. Who's going to be at the fall of the ball? It's Litchfield now for the Cats. Got the linking handball. Use the corridor. It's the way to go. The kick goes up towards centre half forward. Harley Bain. He was in the front spot. He didn't take the mark, but he copped one over the shoulder, so he has the ball in his arms. He's too far out to score though for Silvan. He's just going to pop it up into the pocket this time, and he's kicked it to a 2-on-1 situation, and well, I'll let you guess if you're listening on the radio who took the mark there. Nathan Smith once again kicks it across the face of goal. Here's De Graaf on the right boot, kicks it out towards the wing position. It was a 1-on-1 contest, and the one player in Luke Moore was the one that stood up in that contest for Silvan. Squeezed a kick, that's okay. He finds Knight, who's just happy to hold things up. He's going to go back to Moore. Inside forward 50, they go sparing pass. It went through the arms there of Jansen. Will he go after it again? Cowan got the handball away to Smith, who copped one very high, and he'll receive the ball inside the defensive arc for the Lions, but getting them a chance to get out of that danger zone.
I tell you what, this is one of the most, I hate to say, gutsiest performance I've seen from a player. His willingness to just put his body on the line every single time is amazing.
Absolutely sensational. The kick goes out. Mercer couldn't quite trap it. Eddie was there also over the boundary line. It goes right in front of our boundary riders today.
Because he knows exactly what's happening. Every single time the ball comes forward, it's always going to go to Dow. He's always put himself in front, and he knows he's going to get smashed.
He's a smart footballer. He just really knows how to read the play. As it comes in, McNamara went after it. Sorry, Alana.
I was just going to say, but we all know where it's going to go. That's the problem. We know it's going to go to Dow. We know it's going to go there every single time. So when you're saying you don't know who's going to win, I just feel Fair Park's going to win this game because they've got more options to goal as opposed to Silvan. That without Dow, they don't really have the capability to manufacture too many goals. Kick
goes up towards the half-forward line. Whirl was out there. He had his opponent in Shepherd there too. Over the boundary line it goes and out of bounds. Hope you're enjoying the broadcast today. 98.1 Radio Eastern and streaming live around the globe on efl.org.au. We have a 4-point ball game, and it's Fair Park leading this one. Umpire throws it in. It was a bit of a shocker. Bose had the front spot, knocked it down. Bennett threw his head back looking for the free kick, and non-officiating umpires coming in from behind to pay that free kick. So David Bennett just might be within range here.
No, he won't.
Gives the handball off now. The kick goes to the hot spot. Will it even go all the way? I think it is. You little beauty. Another goal to Fair Park and a fantastic goal there. I think it might have been Benny Dadswell who just launched it from 50 metres out, the painted arm one, and he put it through, and all of a sudden Fair Park have got a bit of a buffer.
You know I'm really happy about that. he understood his limitations, and when he's got the ball, he didn't go back and try and kick the goal. He knew to give the hands off to a better kick, and they've scored the goal that way. That's really smart work, that, instead of going back, kicking something you know you can't.
Ventry Gully have beaten Templestowe by 28 points in Division 3. You wouldn't read about that. It comes out now. It comes but Dome with a quick answer. What a kick that was, but it hit the post. What a launch that was. That would have been just what the doctor ordered for them. It was a fantastic go. That was from inside the centre square, and it sailed. But nonetheless, the Fair Park fans breathe a sigh of relief. They still lead this game by 9 points. Big fly from Cowan over the back. It came straight into the arms though of Badome, who thumps it on his left boot inside forward 50, standing strong and taking a good mark there was James Toplet's cross down boundary side.
2 goal kicks. They're not doing the team thing anymore. They're going straight for it, and so they should. There's not much time left.
Kick out wide. Mark Flintoff. Turn around and look at the clock, Davis. There's still probably 20 minutes made as it comes out on the left boot. Comes out now. That's okay there by Eddie. Stopped propped, but his kick was an absolute shocker. Went up and under, dropping. What he definitely should have taken there was Driscoll. He was all by himself, but it was a difficult one to read the flight of. But Dome for Silvan came in. He won the free kick from the umpire. So they're 2 kicks from home here, Silvan. But Dome will wind up on the left. Usually a neat kicker of the football, and he spotted up his teammate there in Dietzel. He's pretty far out here. He might have to square things up. That is a beautiful kick, but just couldn't quite hit the target. Jansen was in there. Smith for the Lions got the handball away. Getting it out of the danger zone there was Driscoll. He banged it on his boot into the middle of the ground, but it's once again the Cats with the numbers. The handball comes out wide. Here's Troy Smith. Is it going to sit up for him? He stopped propped. He did well there. Thumps it on his boot, and he got knocked after he kicked it. It's going to be a downfield free kick. Bo Kiddo has the ball about 40 metres out here.
Well done for saying that. That was definitely just off the ball and completely not necessary there. So good to see it's been paid downfield, and Kiddo with a chance to give Silvan a chance.
And generally he's a decent kick, so you would expect him to go fairly close here.
Although last time we said that.
I know.
Bo Kiddo comes in to reduce the margin to 3 points only, and never looked good off the boot. He got the purchase, not the accuracy, and he pushed it through for a minor score. Fair Park lead by 8 points, 12 and a half minutes into the final term. 68 plays 60 out here.
That's 25 shots to 18.
So it'll be Smith to bring the ball back in. But it's been quickly chopped off there by Badome. We saw him launch one from inside the centre square not too long ago, so he'd be safe to say he should go back and back himself in here.
They need this.
Margin is 8 points. We're right behind him here. Can we ride this one home? He sets it up. He pushes it deep into the forward pocket. And the safety of the backs for the Lions see it go over the boundary line and out of bounds.
And that's the only thing against Smith's game when he's kicking out. Every time he's gone short, he's turned it over. He's got to go long each time to give himself clearance opportunities.
Well, Bailey for the Lions had the front spot there, got the knock away. Dietzel was in there for the Cats, Guglielmi as well. The boundary line, the paint beats all players, and we'll have another boundary throw in.
Inside 50s this final quarter, 12-7 in favour of Silvan. The clearances 7-4 in favour of Fair Park.
Doing a great job, thanks to Choose Tap today. Grant Soupy Campbell over the back. It comes Bain, the first player to meet it there. He hit the deck, he trapped it. He's going to get pinged. Gonski. That is a beautiful tackle that was laid there by Zalumas. Got the handball away. That was good play. Over to McNamara. Thumps it on his boot. Talking about downfield free kicks. This might be another one here, and there might even be a card involved. Something's happened. Yeah, there's been a yellow card played here, so it will be Brent Guglielmi to be sent off. So
I did not say what happened there.
No.
Certainly not what the Silvan fans.
Now, if he goes off, and as he's running off, he goes through the mark, should that be another 25?
That's a fair comment. I'd say that it probably should be. Because he's still actually on the field until he's off the field.
He just ran straight through the middle of the mark then.
Well, there is another 25, so maybe they've got the earpiece, Davo, because it has been paid. And it'll be Flintoff.
Geez, I should take up umpiring.
Oh, don't do that.
Flintoff, he's probably still 2 kicks from home. Well, he definitely is, but he's setting himself up. You get the feeling he's going to kick it to that hot spot. Who are going to be the flyers here? Flintoff. That Kennedy from West Coast approach comes in now on the left, sends it right to the top of the goal square over the back there. It was looking there for Pegram and went through his mitts and through for a minor score. Bendigo Bank scoreboard, 10-point game out here at Fair Park on AFL Game Day. What a cracker it has been. Who is going to get the chocolates today? Litchfield on the right boot, squeezed one out. Found more in the back pocket for Silvan. Drives it up towards the wing position. Big fly from Cowan out the back, and it might be a free kick though for a bit of holding. The umpire said Rowe got the handball away for Silvan up towards centre half forward. They go. Big fly there from a couple of plays. He's down. Wants to get amongst it. Ducked his head, and he got the free kick. The big full forward. So he's lucky in that instant, but he'll go back and he'll certainly have a shot. And he's probably not going to waste any time either. Been relatively quiet today, Dow. Comes in now on the right boot. He gives it everything he's got. It goes a long way, but he pushed it to the left-hand side and through for a behind.
It's a shame that one didn't go through. It would have got the Silvan boys up and about for this last 10 minutes of the game.
Oh, definitely. And as I say, look, they've had 26 shots to 19. They've frittered a lot of... That wasn't an easy shot, but they've frittered away a lot of shots that were gettable.
Well, it's Fair Park who have the lead by 8 points. A strong mark taken by Kyle Hurd. At centre half back, he wants to give it everything he's got. He kicks it out towards the Pegram direction at the fall. The ball nicely done there by Bennett. Got the handball away. The kick goes up towards the half forward line. Underneath the good, strong jukes from Nathan Whirl. He had to show courage in that instance as well. He didn't know who was coming from which way. It was a high ball and a strong mark.
And that's what you said, Alani. We need those boys to stand up, and that was a very good mark under those conditions. And he now needs to. This would really hurt Silvan if he goes back and nails this, as it's been in there Silvan's forward line a fair bit recently.
So well, he's found the big sticks today. The crowd will tell the story. Drop punt, go for a goal. Fair Park stretch their lead to 14 points on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. It's almost time on in the final term. Is it going to be enough?
Look, I think personally it is. And with Guglielmi going off with that yellow card, they're down a rotation as well, Silvan. So they're going to be like flat out, because this game has been played tough and constant the whole time. And I think just that goal there is probably enough to get Fair Park over the line.
Ball back in the middle here. Spooner goes up there against Hurd. No clear disposal for anybody. Ball hits the deck in the arms of Daniel Begley, and he'll hand it back to the umpire.
How can Silvan get the win, Davo? What can they do?
Well, they've got to get their hands on the footy. That's the key at the moment.
Oh, Eddie just launches it from inside the centre square. That is the goal today. Fair Park are going to get this game. Fantastic few minutes from them. Eddie just launched it. He broke the tackle. He thumped it every bit of 60 metres. What a goal that was. Stand and applaud.
That was awesome. That was an awesome centre clearance and just an awesome kick for goal. Yep.
And that's what we talked about. They need to get their hands on the footy, and around the contest in this last couple of minutes, they just haven't got their hands on the footy.
Grant Campbell, these stats, they do matter in the final term, thanks to Choose Tap.
Well, for the day, Silvan have kicked 1 goal 8 from set shots. You're basically not going to win any matches of football if you do that, so that's probably the key stat for them to take away.
Eddie's been a consistent contributor this afternoon. To start it again, 20 points is the margin. You can't see Silvan coming back from here, but Knight wants to say something about that, but so too does his opponent there in Filtness. Up towards the half-forward line, looks like there might be a little bit of holding there. It's going to be another free kick to Fair Park, and they can do no wrong at the moment, Alana, as the ball is in the arms of that man, Nathan Whirl, once again.
Yeah, and hasn't he come about in the second half? Like, relatively quiet in the first half of the game, but through the third quarter started to build. In this last quarter, he's had some really strong marks and been in really lively positions for a forward. This
could be his third in the quarter if he kicks this, I think.
He's going for goal number 3. Well, when you're hot, you're hot. And Fair Park look like they're pretty hot here as it went all the way and it hit the pine halfway up. So we've seen a few posters this afternoon, some from long range, some from no range. And through for a minor score. Bendigo Bank scoreboard, 21-point lead now to Fair Park as we hit time on EFL Game Day. And your great games as you go local for your football today. Barry Cotts and the Score Centre will be bringing you all those important scores right after 5 o'clock today. Silvan there, it's just not working for them at the moment. Handball missed the target. David Bennett, who's worked tirelessly, goes after the ball and sees it over the boundary line. Try to bring it back in. It's getting very, very dark out here. I'd have to turn those brilliant lights on here to match that brilliant looking scoreboard. Comes out now, McNamara goes goalward, but he wanted to get amongst the fun, did McNamara, and pushed it to the left-hand side. So another behind to Fair Park. They're having all the play at the moment. 22 points is the margin.
Fair Park have scored from 8 of their 11 inside 50 entries this quarter, whereas Silvan 4 behinds from their 13 inside 50s.
I think that tells the story, doesn't it? When you talk about it like that, that's a pretty impressive stat.
More for Silvan, brings it into the back pocket. So it's really only one way to go for Silvan, and that is as direct as possible. It goes out wide.
And I think a lot of that's to do with what we talked about with the setups. When you've got one person you're kicking to, your back half are allowed to set up in a certain way because it's predictable. You go down the other way, it's a little bit more unpredictable and it's a bit harder to set up against.
Comes out now, Eddie got the handball away, spotted up his teammate there in McNamara. Kick goes straight into the cricket sign, is it? I don't even know what that is down there.
It's the side screen,
The side screen, I should say, and boom, we all heard it. Safest place in the ground to park behind that thing, that's for sure. Especially only if you're out of the car. As it comes out now, big kick, pushing the back has been paid. So I think this one's going the way of Rowe. Scrambly kick though, chance there for Bennett, goes after it, dumps it on his boot, inside forward 50, he was looking for the big man there in Pegram, ball hits the deck, another chance for Silvan to get it out of that danger zone, strong mark taken there by Knight. I believe he's definitely been Silvan's best player today. Kick up towards the Dow direction, he couldn't quite trap it, Bain came in for support, he looked a little bit indecisive and he's going to get brought down in a good tackle. Holding the ball is the result. And once again, Fair Park, a chance to get back.
This next last few minutes of the game are going to really tell you a little bit about Silvan and their resilience. They're probably not going to win the match, but it'll be interesting to see how they hold up and if they can fight the match out or whether this scoreline blows out.
So Loomis's kick goes out. Cowan got the nice little handball away, and series of handballs finds Deegan on the right boot up towards the half-forward line. It was fisted away from Pegram that time. The ball is still going to stay alive. Trapping it was Jansen. He dropped the football. Umpire said it was okay, so play on. Silvan working themselves through the middle of the ground by White on the right boot, inside forward 50. Strong mark taken though by James Hall. That was a hard one to trap. He wants to waste no time up towards the half-forward line, straight down the corridor. He went. His McNamara couldn't get boot to ball. Nice little handball from White. And now Silvan once again will go forward, bouncing football out towards the Aaron Rowe direction. Needed to break the tackle. Got the handball away just at the crucial stage. Hall comes charging out. That was good play. Hidden Litchfield went toe-to-toe over the boundary line. She goes for a boundary throw-in. 22 points is the margin. 12-11, 83 Fair Park. They're going to take home the 4 points today. Don't you worry about that. 7-19, 61, the Silvan Football Club. Pye throws it in. Hurd just got a little knock on it. That was okay, but it was nicely done there by Kiddo. Got the handball away. Inside forward 50 now for Silvan. It's a 3-on-1 situation. Smith had the front spot. He was knocked off the football. Umpire said he was knocked off unfairly, and for his efforts, he will receive the free kick.
I'd actually be interested to see what his stats are. He would have racked up nearly 30 possessions, I reckon, today.
Absolutely, and plenty of marks as well.
Yeah.
Contested possession, metres gained, the whole lot. He's been really influential today.
He took 5 intercept marks in the second quarter, and I think about 8 for the game at the moment.
Need got it to Hurd, who went out wide looking for Whirl. Very close to the boundary line and the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. A happy sight for Fair Park fans. 83 plays 61, 24 and a half minutes. Tick over in the final term of EFL Game Day, Division 4 football at its best today. We've enjoyed being out here. We've enjoyed a close contest. Pye to bring the ball back in. Hurd had the front spot. Players are looking pretty tired now as the kick goes up. Dietzel got a little knock on, and now the Silvan side are working themselves across the far side of the ground. Bouncing football sits up well there for Kiddo. Goes looking for Knight, but Bain was there in the hot spot. He has to lay a strong tackle also with Kitto to hold the ball up, and well done there by Eddie.
It's interesting. I don't mind the Silvan setup from arc to arc. I think it's quite good. It's when they're getting into that arc, the forward arc, that they really lose it, I think.
Snap around the body from De Graaf. Kicks it up towards the half-forward line. What a fantastic mark there by Mercer. Just pulled it in his breadbasket. 2 kicks from home they are. Who wants to get amongst the goals? They go towards the big man there in Pegram. He couldn't pull it down. Snap around the body there by Flintoff. No, he bounces through for one behind. 84 plays 61. It's a 23-point margin out here. Fair Park are taking home a victory.
I'll tell you what, if Pegram had actually been able to hold his marks, I know they've been tough, he would have taken 20 marks today. He gets his hands to so many of them, he just isn't able to hold them all. And that's been good defence, but he's certainly a nice target.
So Knight just pops it up, really. It comes down here. Dadswell on the right boot, sends it back into that danger zone. Once again, Pegram not in the right spot there, and a strong mark by Matty White, who'll kick it to the back pocket. There can't be too much longer to go in this game. Kick goes in towards the middle. Dow's come a long way out from goal. Takes the mark and then switches it out wide. Cowan goes back with the fly to the ball. That was a fantastic effort. The umpire said play on. Little kick off into the middle of the ground. Finds Flintoff. His little look away handball. Got it away and copped one high as well, I believe. So he'll have a free kick. He's in the middle of Fair Park. Just weighing up his options. On the left, it was a shocker of a kick off the boot. Comes out. Shepherd then gave it don't argue. No, thought he was going to get pinged for that don't argue. He was ready to argue, but the umpire said, it's your free kick, mate. Just get on with it. Jansen out on the wing position now. Takes it this way, that way. Back on the left boot. Kick it looking for Spooner, but, well, it'd be justified if the siren sounded now with the ball in the arms of Smith. He has been an absolute beauty today, and you've heard us say it continuously up towards the wing position. They go now, Fair Park. Can there be one last bit of celebration today? The kick goes inside forward 50. It's a 3-on-1 situation at the Fall Paul. Little snap on goal there by McNamara. That was smothered. Litchfield's there to mop up for Silvan. On the right boot out towards the wing position. Scrambly kick. Over she rolls for a boundary throw in. 84 plays 61, 23 points is the margin, 27 and a half minutes gone. Final scores are coming through. Barry Cottis chomping at the bit to get on with the score centre to keep us up to date with all those scores. Pye to bring it back in now. Nicely done there by Dow, but went nowhere in the end. Got the knockout inside forward 50. Can the line snag one more? I tell you what, Flintoff, would love another one. Flintoff, no, his kick was smothered, so he goes after it again. Litchfield did really well then. Great second effort to apply that pressure. And it's still 25 metres out from goal.
Oh, they'd love another goal here, wouldn't they? Just to get the icing on the cake and really celebrate the win.
Pegram, big knock out the back, but to no avail. Clearing kick for Silvan out of that danger zone. It's a siren sounds. It's a Fair Park victory out here in Division 4 EFL game day. Fantastic game by both sides. It was close, go to woe, owned by different stages of each clubs. The lead changed several times, but there can only be one winner, and today it is the home side, Fair Park, 12-12.